So precepts are rules. Always, when you have a rule, there is a punishment if you don't follow it. If there is no punishment, it is not a rule. It is not a rule. You cannot give rules to your brothers and to your sisters or to your parents. Why? Because you cannot punish your brother or sister or your parents. That's why you cannot give them rule. You can make agreement. You can make a deal. You can say, you know what, my dear brother, if you do this for me, I will do that for you. Do you agree? But if he doesn't agree, or if she doesn't agree, well, then your deal is not good. You need to offer something else or something better or something more, so that your brother or your sister agrees with your deal. You can make deals with your parents as well. My parents, I will do this and that for you. Will you do the other thing for me? Actually, some parents make deals with their children. That's a little better. Okay, if the parents can make a deal with their children, it's a little better. But if your parents do not make deals with you, you can offer a deal to your parents. In the worst case, they will say, no way. Nothing worse can happen. But you can always try. If I do this for you, will you do this for me? If I give you this, will you give that to me? You can always make deals. You need to be clever so that the deal doesn't harm the other person and it also doesn't harm you. All right? But it's not a role. A role comes with punishment. All right? And in the Buddha's teachings, we have rules. And all those rules, if you don't follow them, come with punishment. The special thing here is that there is no human who is punishing. It is the nature of the world itself that punishes you if you don't follow the rule. For example, if you kill a living being, if you kill a mosquito or an ant or a wasp or something bigger, well, then, you know what will happen? You will be killed. If you steal, if you take someone else's something that was not given to you, well, then there is a punishment. Somebody else will steal your things in the future, maybe this life, maybe next life. You do not need anyone to punish you. No, this just happens naturally. Some people, after they steal, they just become poor. Why did they become poor? Because that's the punishment for their stealing. All right? Same thing if you tell a lie. If you tell a lie, then there is a punishment. What's the punishment? That you will be, well, if you tell a lie, you will have smelly mouth. You will have bad smell from your mouth, regardless what you say. Similarly, telling lies and also insulting others. If you tell bad things about others, then you will be ugly. Now, if already now you are poor, then it is possible that you were stealing in a previous life. And therefore, you do not steal anymore, so that you are not poor anymore, so that you can get rich. Because who gets rich? Those who do not steal and those who give. So the 5 rules, that means not killing, not stealing, not falling in love with someone else who is not your husband if you have a husband, or someone else who is not your wife if you already have wife. If you have no husband or wife, then this is related to the other side, that you do not fall in love with someone who already has a husband or someone who already has a wife. So if you have a husband or wife, you should not fall in love with anyone else. And if you do not have husband or wife, then you can fall in love, but not with someone who already has husband or wife. It's complicated, right? Doesn't matter. We are not in a hurry for this precept. Number 4, telling lies. If you tell lies, that's not good. People will not believe you. And that is the punishment number 1. Number 5, if you drink alcohol, you will be crazy. You will be mad. Those who drink alcohol a lot will be burning and boiled in hell their next life. Those who drink alcohol little will be crazy. They will be mad. They will have problem with their mind. Why? Because they drank alcohol. And not drinking alcohol is a rule. So if someone drinks alcohol, they will be punished. Who's punishing them? The nature. The nature of the world punishes those who break the 5 rules. That's why they're rules. And it's in your best interest that you follow these 5 rules immaculately. Do you know that word? Immaculately. That means perfectly, excellently. So you always follow these 5 rules because you don't want to get the punishment. All right. Those who commit adultery, those who fall in love with a wife who's not their wife, or with a woman who already has a husband, or with a man who, with a woman who already has a husband, or with someone who is not your husband if you already have a husband, well then, what will be the punishment? The punishment will be that in their next life, they will be born as neither man nor a woman. Something else. You don't want that. So you do not, but it's not a problem for you. That would be something related to you probably later. So these 5 rules must be followed very carefully. No killing, no stealing, faithfulness to your wife or husband if you have one, never telling lies, and never drinking alcohol. Even if someone forces you to tell a lie, don't tell it. Don't care. That's it. Who cares? I will not tell a lie. Whether I will be happy or not, that doesn't matter. Because if you tell a lie now, you will be unhappy in the future. Whereas if you do not tell a lie, maybe you will be happy, maybe you will be unhappy. Yes, Rere?
What if you accidentally killed like an animal on accident?
That doesn't count. That's not a rule. The rule is only when you do it intentionally, that you want the other to die.
Oh, because
But
like
all tricks count as the rule. So if you ever want to trick the rule and say, well, I will ask just my friend to do it for me, well, that counts as killing also. Or if you say, I will just not look and I will kill, that also counts as killing. All tricks count as killing. That's the great thing about the 5 rules, that you do not need to worry whether someone sees you or not. It is that action itself that will bring the reaction. The killing itself will always bring the consequence if it is intentional or if it is done through a trick. Yes, sir.
Because like last time there was like a lot of ants under my desk, and I was like, and there was a ball under my desk, so I was just like rolling it, and I didn't know that there were ants. And when I checked it, I was like, oh no, I broke the 5 piece set. Yeah.
No problem, because you did not have the intention to kill it.
Thanks.
Also, note that these beings that you would kill as breaking the rule are only those that you can see with a healthy, naked eye. So if your eye is not healthy and you cannot see it, no, then you still cannot kill it. Or if your eye is, or if you use microscope, then still that doesn't count. If you cannot see the thing by your healthy naked eye, naked means without a microscope or without something that helps you to see something else, then if you can see it with your healthy naked eye, it means that you must never kill it. All right? But if you cannot see it, then it doesn't matter. So for example, you have a lot of little things crawling over your teeth and inside your mouth and on your skin. So many. There are millions. All of us have them. Even if you wash yourself 1,000 times, still you will have many on your bed, on your body and in your body. That's the way it is. Our body is made about one. If you separate the body into 10 parts, one part is just bacteria, little things that are just eating you and then living there very happy on your body. But it doesn't matter. You can wash them, you can clean them, you can use a soap, you can use toothpaste, and so on and on. You can use shampoo. It is fine. Why? Because you cannot see them by a healthy naked eye. So make sure you brush your teeth at least twice a day and that you take a shower at least once a day. It's very important. All right. But if you can see it, if you can see, for example, a mosquito or an ant, then do not kill it. You can take it and throw it somewhere else, or you can blow it. These little animals, they have skeleton outside of their body. Now, you know that you have bones in your hands and in your legs and in your body. They're covered by muscles and by skin. But these little insects, they do not have any bones like that in their hands and legs. They have actually they have actually bony cover on their body. Their body is covered by bony cover. It is called exoskeleton. And because of this exoskeleton, they do not die that fast. So if you take an ant and you drop it on the floor, it's just happily running away. But if you take a human and drop it on the floor, it is not happily running away. Why? Because the ant, thanks to its skeleton, doesn't feel anything, no pain. But if the human falls on the floor, well, that's painful because they fall on their flesh and on their skin and so on. So you can actually sweep. You can sweep the animals, but sweep gently so that you do not break their exoskeleton. All right, so this was a little introduction to precepts. We will be looking at them more in detail tomorrow, and we will not be looking at loving kindness yet. That will come sometime later. The basic loving kindness is that you cherish not only your happiness, but also others. So if another person is happy, you do your best to make them even more happy without causing suffering to yourself. Suppose somebody has a cake and they're so happy about their cake. Well, then bring your cake and say, you're so happy about your cake. I will give you mine as well. If somebody is happy, try to make them even more happy. And if they're not happy and you know how to make them happy, do it. But you should not be suffering during that. That's why you go to school. That's why you need to learn so many things and study and do your homeworks so that you know how to make others happy without causing anyone suffering. You need to study whole your life, not just those 10 years or 20 years at school. You study whole your life. What do you study? How to make others happy. That's what you study. And how do you want to make others happy? In the way that doesn't cause suffering, that doesn't cause pain to anyone. So make sure that you study very, very well at school and that you always gobble up all knowledge that you can ever get. Yes, Edward. So now we can start with questions. This is all what I wanted to say. I will tell you actually one more thing, and that's the homework for next time. And then I will let the children to go to sleep. Some of you will want to go to sleep because you are now, you have late at night in your place. So let me share the screen. Here we go. I belong, you belong. All right, that's your reading number 1. Reading number 2 is Shaina and the Samurai. So you will be reading what? I belong, you belong? No. So, so not yet. So I belong, you belong, and beginner's mind. So that's what you will be reading. You will not be reading Shaina and Samurai yet. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, so I belong, you belong is homework number 1. Beginner's mind is homework number 2. All right, so please write one sentence either from I belong, you belong, or from beginner's mind. Make sure that you read them very carefully. And that's all for your homework. Of course, meditating every day is very important, essential part of this course. Now, if you want to go to sleep, you're most welcome to sleep and go to sleep. And later you can watch the recording for whatever is the part that you missed. And now indeed comes the time for questions. So Edward, what is your question?
So, Venerable Sir, what if someone marries another person that's already married, but they were planning to not be married and just go to another family?
You would fall in love only with the person who is not married at the time when you fall in love with them. If they were married before, doesn't matter. If they plan to be married in the future, doesn't matter. Are they married now? You cannot fall in love with them. Are they married now? No? Okay, then you can fall in love with them. All right, Edward?
Yes, Venerable Sir.
Franklin?
Venerable Sir, I have a question. Why does the nature punish you if it is not a human?
That's the way it is. Nature is like that. I would like to tell the nature not to punish, but sometimes there are some good things. You know, some things we just need to accept as they are. The Buddha suggested that we do not accept things as they are. So now we know how things are. Now you know that if you take a pen and you throw it in the air, what it will do? Will it fly in the sky? Franklin,
No,
what will happen?
it will fall down.
It will fall down. So that is the nature. Are you angry about it, Franklin? That if you throw a pen up, it will fall down? Are you angry about that?
No.
No, you see, you have accepted the nature. Now, the Buddha suggested to us that we do not accept the nature because there is a world where it is different. So there is one world here where if you do a problem, then you are punished. Then there is another world where you do not do problem. There is no way, there is no rule of problems. and therefore there is no punishment. So the Buddha explained the way how to get to the other world where there is no punishment. And therefore, we follow the Buddha's instruction for meditation, for following rules, and for generosity, for giving. And gradually we can achieve the attainment or the movement to the other world. So this is the nature of the world. But if you throw things up, they will usually fall down. In the same way, if you kill someone, you will be killed, you will go to hell, you will have short life. But these rules, on one hand, are giving punishment. But then there are how to say it, opportunities. Do you know what's an opportunity, Franklin?
No.
Opportunity. Opportunity is a time or something that you can do and get something good back. For example, Franklin, if your parents tell you now, if you clean the whole house, we will take you to the Disneyland, if you like Disneyland. I don't know what you like. But if they say, then that's an opportunity, because you can go to Disneyland if you clean the house. Now, if you do not clean the house, there will be no punishment. You just will not go to the Disneyland. So this is called opportunity. You do something good and something good will happen back to you. So like we have 5 opportunities, like we have 5 roles, we have 10, well, actually there are 10 roles, but we are keeping simple, we have 5. Then there are 10 opportunities. That means if you do these 10 things, then you will get something. You will enjoy happiness. You will enjoy pleasure. Those are 10 opportunities. What are they? Giving. When you give to people something that they need, that they ask you for. 2, following rules. If you follow the rules, you can enjoy pleasure. For example, by safety. You will know nobody will kill you, nobody will steal from you, nobody will fall in love with your wife, nobody will tell you lies, nobody will drink alcohol and make you problems. So that's safety. That's pretty good for you. Then another opportunity is to meditate. If you meditate, you will be happy. You will have calm mind. Another opportunity, if you bow down to monks and to old people, well, that's an opportunity, because in your next life or in this life, you can become very highly esteemed and other people may respect you very much. Number 5, if you help old people carrying their things, or your parents, and if you help monks and nuns carry their things or do clean their things, or help them follow the rules, this is a little complicated, then what will be the benefit? What will you get? Well, that when you need, other people will do things for you. Other people will clean your things. They will tidy up your things. They will help you do your homeworks, and so on and on. The homeworks that you are allowed for others to do for you, not those that you're private. Number 6, sharing merit. Now, if you share merit with your parents, so after you give, you can say, may this be for my relatives, for my grandfather, for my grandmother, if they are ghosts, or if they are gods, because ghosts and gods, they can receive your merit. So you give someone your cake, and then you wish, may my grandparents be happy out of this good deed. If they are ghosts or if they are gods, they will be very, very happy, because they will get millions of delicious food just and only because you shared with them the merit of giving one little cake. Now, if they're animals, they will get nothing. That's true. But we have a lot of, our relatives from past times. So there's always someone to receive. So that's 6. What will be your benefit? Well, if you get born as a ghost or as a god, somebody else will share with you their merit. Number 7, rejoicing in merit. If you rejoice, if you're happy that someone else is following rules, or that they meditate, or that they give things, if you tell, wow, that is amazing that you gave your cake to your friend, or that is amazing that you cleaned the house so that your parents do not have to clean it. Rejoicing in the merit. What will you get from that? Well, then, if whatever you do, other people will support you in that. So you will be supported. If you want to become a painter, other people will support you in becoming a painter. You want to become a singer, other people will support you in becoming a singer. You do not want to become a doctor, which is for example, let's say your parents want you to become a doctor. You want to become whatever. You want to become a street cleaner. No problem. Everybody will support you. Whatever you want, others will support you. Why? Because you supported others in the good that they were doing. 7. 8, teaching Dhamma. Now, I am teaching you the Buddha's teachings. That is my merit. That's what I'm doing. And I will therefore understand Dhamma better. It will be easier for me to know, understand, and realize, attain Dhamma, because I am teaching it to you. Now, the number 9 is listening to Dhamma. Now, all of you here, unless those who are playing and doing something else, all of you here who are taking careful heed, all of you here who are listening very carefully and trying to remember and understand very well, just by listening, you're making a merit. You're making use of opportunity to understand and remember and realize Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Dhamma is the way to the other world, where you do not have to suffer punishment. So just listening to Dhamma, that's your good deed. You will not be able to get to the other worlds just by listening to Dhamma. You will have to do some more work. But as you listen to Dhamma, it will be easier to do that harder work. Finally, reminding yourself that these 9 things are important and good for you. So as you remind yourself, what is the thing you can get? Well, you will be more enthusiastic to follow these 9. So you get even more benefit. So these are 10 great opportunities in this world. 5 rules, 10 opportunities. If you follow the rules and make use of these 10 opportunities, then you will be very happy and very successful. Okay, Franklin, is it clear?
Yes.